Like, I've done more videos today than any other day ever, I think. Although I don't know if that would be true in terms of how long spent. It's been relatively short. Anyway, time. This video is about. It's very short. This one. I think, right, that I've done a heck of a lot of self-reflection. I think that this video is not going to be hypocritical. I think I try to ensure that I'm thinking correctly, non-biasedly, through identifications. We're all flawed humans, we're all unconscious to some extent. So there's always work to be done that you realise later. But when I look back over recent months, I've done a lot. Now, and that's how it's meant to be. Focus on oneself, focus on one's own identifications, grow up, basically. Now, and that grow up isn't some sort of thing like, oh no. It's good for you, it's good for the person who does it. It's good for me to be able to see through my own identifications. It's good for my own mental health. It's good for your own mental health if you do that. Now, what this implies is, what about the people who do not? What about those who insist on alienating people from people, who gaslight people, who provoke people, identifying with power to do this? What about them? What are we to make of them? They're refusing to be social, they're refusing to be civilised, they insist on not seeing through themselves, i.e. they insist on not seeing through their power identifications that have been initially drilled into their heads by a part of the state superstructure's propaganda matrix, and then they use that and just think that's enough to bother other people with. Now, this has got rampant in recent years, and that is why I think some of us, so a lot of people, are seeing through it. You have to have the error, the immoral crime to begin with, for people to see through it. Well, if, take a hypothetical person we'll call X, if enough effort has been made to get X to self-reflect, stop being so narcissistic and so up themselves, and identifying and provoking and gaslighting, trying to get them over all of that stuff, trying to get them to stop being so damned manipulative and anti-social and splitting people against one another. Well, if they refuse to stop being so divisive and bad to people, if they refuse to get over that, having been given so much opportunity, then I do not advocate some sort of punishment, obviously. But what they do deserve to be totally and utterly ignored by those who have done a lot of this, who have done a lot of work on themselves to improve as a human being. There is no way that those people who refuse, after having been given so much opportunity to get over themselves, but refuse to do so, there is no way that they deserve our respect. That's all I can say. They deserve to be ignored. Ignored. That's the video.